Welcome to Success on Command. It's time to take your life to the next level now.
Hello everyone, welcome to Success on Command podcast. In today's episode, I'd like to share with you my experience with the TOEIC test, how I passed the test and how I prepared for the test in only 2 days. But first of all, what is the TOEIC test? TOEIC stands for the Test of English for International Communication. It is a little bit similar to the TOEFL test. It's a difficult test, it's not an easy one, but it's easier than TOEFL because it only tests your listening and reading skills. So no speaking section in this test, that's why it's easier. So in 2016, I started using a method called Effortless English. I talked about it before. I talked about my story with English, with learning English. If you wanna hear about my story, I will leave a link in the description below, in case you wanna check it out. So when I first started learning English with Hoge, I was in my last year in college. I just wanted to learn English to get a job. This was my reason for learning English. So after graduation and after 1 year of listening to English, of listening to Hoge every single day for 2 hours a day, I started to apply for jobs. There was a famous accounting company that I really wanted to work for. I wanted to work as an accountant in a well-known company. It's a famous company here in Egypt. So I sent my resume to the company and luckily I got my first interview and I passed the interview. It was in Arabic, it wasn't in English, so I had no problem. But unfortunately the employer told me that I had to take the TOEIC test in a few weeks. I was shocked actually when I heard that from him because I usually don't get good grades in English exams. But after I finished the interview, before going home, I went to a language institution and I asked them about the TOEIC preparation course. I wanted to take a course to prepare for the TOEIC test. I asked them about the price and it was so expensive, fortunately. And I asked them when I can start the course. They told me it will begin in a week or so I had to wait. So after 1 day, the next day, I got a phone call from the company. They said my TOEIC exam will be in 2 days. Oh my god, I was shocked to hear that. How can I prepare for such a difficult test in 2 days? 2 days are not enough for me. I wasn't ready, I didn't know what to do at the moment. But the first thing that came to my mind was to buy a TOEIC preparation book. So I went to the bookstore to buy the book, but unfortunately every copy was sold out. I went home so sad and frustrated. I had no idea how could I pass this difficult test because my English wasn't good enough. So I decided to search on the internet. This was the only solution, right? I searched on the internet for TOEIC questions and answers. I tried to take a few sample exams just to get used to the real test, I did this for 2 days. I did it all day long. This was all I could do, actually, because I had no time to prepare. I only had 2 days. It wasn't enough for me. So, on the exams day, I took the test. It was difficult, but I did well. Actually. I was surprised, especially in the listening section. I could understand almost everything. So I went home and I was waiting for a phone call from the company. after a week or so, I got another phone call from the company, and they told me that I passed the TOEIC test. Oh yeah, I couldn't believe it. How did I do that? I didn't study anything. Is it because I'm a genius or something? Nope. Of course, it's not because I studied for 2 days. Of course not. Learning a new language takes a lot of time. So, how did I do it? Actually, it is because of the effortless English method. This method works like magic. When I took the TOEIC test, I had listened to AJ for over 1 year. So I had 1 year of listening, 1 year of input before taking the test. How did I spend my time in this year? I listened to him every single day for at least 2 hours, 2 hours a day. 1 hour listening to his podcast, and I could understand 60 to 70%, and the other hour I was listening to his original course. He has a lot of courses that you can buy, that you can get from his website. I bought his original course because it was the easiest course to start with. In AJ's lessons, he's using a method called TPRS. He's teaching through stories, silly, funny stories. I was listening to the same story for 2 weeks, so I repeat the same story 14 times. So I did a lot of repetition with each story. On the other hand, my brain needs variety as well. So I didn't repeat the podcast. I was listening to one new episode every single day, but without repetition. In AJ's podcast, he talks about a lot of interesting topics, so I'm still listening to his amazing podcast until this day. Listening to him has become a habit, one of my habits. I've been doing it for over 5 years now. And when you listen to AJ, you forget that you're learning English. You just focus on the story or the topic, and you learn the language subconsciously. You don't need to worry about grammar or memorizing vocabulary. All of this goes deep into your brain subconsciously. You don't even realize that you're listening to a foreign language. That's the power of the effortless English system. You learn English in a very fun and interesting way, without studying and without suffering. But before I took the test, I wanted to go to a language institution. I wanted to buy a preparation book. I had some doubts. I didn't have faith in the effortless English method. I asked myself, how could these silly many stories improve my English? It was a new weird method for me because it was so different than school, but it worked. It was so effective. It was very effective. This never happened to me in my life before. Passing a very difficult test without studying or without preparation. Actually, on that day, after using effortless English for a year, I had faith that I would speak English fluently. I started to believe in myself more. My confidence went up. I was even more committed to learn English. So I bought another course from AJ, the Power English course. I listened to each lesson for 2 weeks. After I finished the course, I repeated the course again. I listened to it one more time, and my English was much, much better. I could understand movies and TV series. That time I started to watch a lot of YouTube videos in English, but this wasn't enough for me. I wanted to get another course from AJ, so I had two choices: the VIP program or the Learn Real English course. Actually, I wanted to get both of them, but I didn't have enough money, so I chose Learn Real English course because it was cheaper and I only had to pay one time. So this time I listened to each lesson for 1 month. 1 month. Yeah, I did a lot of repetition because I wanted to learn each lesson deeply, and each day I was listening to English for 3 to 4 hours. This was in 2019. There was a time actually when I spent 5 hours listening to English. I think I did for 4 months because we had a listening and reading challenge that year. My English really improved a lot in 2019 by the end of the year. Actually, it was a breakthrough. But don't compare yourself to me or anyone else. Some people improve after 6 months, others improve after 1 year or 2 years. So everybody is different. It might take you a long time or a short time. It doesn't matter. There is only one person that you can compare yourself to, and that person is you. That person is you 6 months ago or 1 year ago. You compare yourself to yourself 6 months ago, 1 year ago, 2 years ago, and never doubt yourself. You are capable to learn English or any other language. The school method is the problem. You are not the problem, not you. So you are good enough, you have what it takes to learn anything you want. It just takes commitment and consistency. You gotta do it every day. Don't worry about improvement, it will happen. It just takes time, it will happen out of a sudden. Believe in yourself, trust the process, and have faith. You're gonna succeed, you can do it. By the way, if you wanna pass the TOEIC test or the TOEFL test or any test you want, or if you wanna speak English fluently, go to effortlessenglishclub.com. Get one of AJ's courses now and start your journey to fluency. You can even try the VIP program. You can try it for $1 for 10 days. And I'm sure you're gonna love it. If it's difficult for you, if the VIP is difficult for you, get his Power English course. And if you just getting started like me, get the original course because it's the easiest course. So it's not a promotion or something. I'm just sharing with you this great method because I really learned a lot from AJ. He's not just my teacher, he's my coach, he's my mentor. I would say that effortless English is the best method for learning English, in my opinion. You can use the same method to learn any language as well. So, believe me, I'm so honest with you. I used to hate English so much, but now I'm in love with the English language. AJ changed my life. I'm so grateful for him, for everything he's done. I can't thank him enough. I'm so grateful for him. So, I will leave a link for his website in the description below. So, check it out. I hope you enjoyed listening to this episode. Tell me your opinion in the comments. Tell me if you like it or not. If you have a story, you can share it with me as well. I would love to hear your story with any exam or with any language, doesn't matter. So, have a great day and see you next time. Bye bye.